Sean went back home from the hospital because he was too stressed, but I had to go back to work. While I was at work, I received a text from a number I didn't recognize, and it happened to be Sean's mother. She screamed at me for 15 whole seconds before I managed to disconnect the call. I'd just been caught off guard while working, or else I wouldn't even have answered the call, but she was screaming at me. All I heard was selective swear words at the highest volume. I don't know why she was mad at me, because I didn't have anything to do with Sean's behavior. She'd pushed her own son to this extent, not me. Anyway, I blocked her and tried to get on with my day, and finally, when I got back home around 6, I got to speak to Sean. He told me that he'd also blocked the rest of his relatives who were close to his mother, along with his uncle, because now it was clear that she'd go to any lengths to get him to forgive them and talk. That's all we can do right now, because it's not like they're threatening us in any way, and neither are they consistently stalking us or whatever, so a restraining order is out of the question anyway. Sean has talked to his dad and told him about what happened today, but he still refuses to intervene. It's his choice, and Sean loves his dad, so I'm not saying anything right now, but I don't think the way my father-in-law is acting is a great example of being a good father either. The least he can do is at least talk to his wife and stand up for his son, but he refuses to do even that much. Sean loves his father, but the man has never once stood up for him when it comes to Sharon, and I've only kept my mouth shut out of respect for their relationship. Or else I'd have a lot to say about how his entire family is just ridiculously stupid people who literally never think of anything except themselves. How a man like Sean is a part of a family like this, I'll never understand. Update 3. Hey, everyone. So it's been a week since the last update, and yesterday, we decided to file for a restraining order against Sharon and Diane because of something they did to me. Or at least tried to do, to be more precise. So I was coming back from work the other day, like 3 days back, and it was a Thursday that day. On Thursdays, I usually stop at a coffee shop near my office and get myself a frappuccino as a little treat. Last Thursday, I was about to do the same, but as soon as I entered the shop, Diane and Sharon left their seats where they'd been waiting for me and came right at me with their coffees. Before I could even react, both of them had splashed me in the face with it, and then Diane even grabbed some of the whipped cream from her cup and dumped it onto my hair. I was stunned and just sort of froze on the spot for a while before the baristas rushed to help me clean up a little. They tried their best and made sure to get it all off, so a huge shout out to them for literally abandoning their jobs to help me, and even the other customers who waited patiently while I tried to wipe it all off. My clothes were all sticky and gross and my hair was disgusting, but I was a lot cleaner by the time I was done. Some of the other customers made sure I was alright, and one asked me if I wanted to call a cop, which I did and reported Diane and Sharon. I pressed charges against them, but they got off with nothing more than a slap on the wrist and a fine, because this was just a misdemeanor and hadn't actually harmed me. Unless you're talking about my clothes from that day, which I can't wear to work again because of the faded brown coffee stain all over the front. Nevertheless, we did press charges, and that went on their record, so that'll help with the case. Sean wanted to take this public and post about this on social media so that more and more people would know and stay away from Diane and also his mom, but changed his mind when he realized that I just wanted to move on from this without any more discussion. Honestly, that incident kind of shook me up, and it sounds silly, I know, but it did make me think that if things were worse, then it could have easily been something more than just them throwing coffee at my face. They could have seriously hurt me if they wanted to, because they knew my routine for my social media and they knew my address, so this could have gone south easily. Sean and I have had a decent financial year, so we'd already been considering moving, and now, after what happened, we definitely will be moving. We'd also been thinking about having babies, and we're going to start trying soon enough, but my in-laws won't ever get to meet my kids. We've cut off my father-in-law as well after he refused to intervene even after the coffee incident. Sean got into a big fight with him and then cut him off as well. I, for one, am relieved that I won't be seeing or hearing from these people ever again now.